Hello, fellow players of Hero Wars. I'm Jay. Welcome to Jay vs. Hero Wars. Today I will be talking about how to counter Astaroth. It's been a very popular question, and so here I'm going to try to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we are in game, right? So a lot of people have been asking me before about Astaroth, right? And how to counter him. So let's take a look real quick at Astaroth and his skills, right? So we have Flame Veil, cast a shield that blocks physical damage on the entire team. Shield's capacity is shared between all team members. Devastation, Astaroth spews a flare of hellfire, burning up some energy of the enemy that is furthest away. You have Demon's Allegiance. This is a passive skill. Astaroth maintains a connection with the ally who has the least health left and takes on a part of the physical damage inflicted against that ally. The transferred damage is also reduced. Finally, we have Last Word, which is the best skill of Astaroth, right? Once per battle, Astaroth resurrects a fallen ally or himself. So there are a couple weaknesses to Astaroth's strengths. So first, we're going to look at Last Word here, right? So Astaroth resurrects a fallen ally or himself. This, to me, makes Celeste the best counter to Astaroth straight up because it basically takes away this ideal skill of Astaroth's. I like it most, right? I like using Celeste most in her dark mode, especially right before the heal skill goes off, right before Last Word activates. That essentially nullifies Astaroth completely. The other skill, right, is this Demon's Allegiance. So basically, the weakest ally on Astaroth is also impacting his own health. So that is a concern if you are an Astaroth user. So I am going to look at some heroes that exploit these weaknesses. All right, so let's do a little bit of testing here, but I kind of already alluded to it. We're going to do auto and, well, no, we're going to do maximum and manual. And I'm going to show you what I mean by putting in Astaroth here. Here's Astaroth, right? So we have Astaroth, and we are going to look at Celeste, who I think is the best counter to Astaroth, right? Once we find Celeste and watch this battle. So we're going to go ahead and battle here. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up combat a little bit. And we are going to auto a little bit as well. But what we're going to do is as soon as we see the health start to go down a bit here, right? So I am going to throw Celeste into dark mode, and we're just going to let her deal a lot of damage. I'm not going to worry about putting her back into healing herself, right? But watch Astaroth. As soon as he's about to faint right here, right after this hit, he's going to come back to life, and because Celeste's in dark mode, he takes 1 damage point and is knocked out. So that's why Celeste, in my opinion, is the best counter to Astaroth straight up. This will also help happen to any, I guess, hero that's resurrected by Astaroth's skill. That makes Celeste the perfect counter, in my opinion, to Astaroth. Let's say you don't have Celeste available, though, right? There are a couple other options. So a couple other options I like are, let's see, Ching Mao is one of them. Ching Mao is actually a really good all-purpose hero. I'm going to go ahead and auto and speed up combat. But Ching Mao is very useful against various opponents, and Astaroth is no exception. The fact that she just wears down on defensive stats really is an asset to any team that she's on. I also have marked down here that Morrigan, depending on the circumstance, right, can be very effective to nullify Astaroth. My problem with Morrigan, though, is that even though she does nullify Astaroth's skill and implants one of her like skeleton minions, as I like to call them, she needs a team that deals a lot of damage, and undead heroes don't deal that much damage. So that's a small caveat to know there. Then we have, of course, Ju, one of the best, solo focusing heroes, right? he just basically focuses on one target, very similar to Yasmin. So I would say Yasmin is also a good option, just like Ju. Ju can be countered pretty easily, but we're talking about countering Astaroth straight up. So the other thing that I'd say to watch out for is, a damage to an area. So AoE damage, right? We're talking like Galahad, which deals physical damage. We're talking about Kark, deals physical damage. And this basically chips away at Astaroth's third skill, which takes on some damage to the weakest hero, right? That's susceptible to these physical attacks. So that's what we're looking at here. And I will actually throw up a little slide just showing exactly what I just said summed up. And this essentially reiterates what I just said, right? So Celeste, Ching Mao, Ju, Yasmin, Morrigan, and AoE physical damage dealers, right? So I'm going to leave this up for a couple more seconds here. Feel free to screenshot it and share it. But that's what we're talking about for countering Astaroth. Celeste is definitely the move if you have her available. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you all in Dominion.